Imagine making $1,000 a week off of Tesla stock without ever actually owning Tesla stock. Hey guys, Brian here, and welcome to the channel. I'm a nurse, net worth millionaire, whatever you want to call it, and I just want to show you guys what I've personally been doing with my portfolio to scale it up to where it is now. It is in like the six figures, but the public one that I usually show is currently at 80,000, and that's the one that I want to grow to 100 as soon as possible, then 150, then $250,000, and then $1 million. And this is the exact strategy I'm doing, and it's something that anyone could actually do. It's actually one of the easiest strategies out there. It's on YouTube. A lot of people talk about it, and something that I've been doing for a good amount of time now. And it doesn't take a genius to figure this out. And but it's also not a get rich quick scheme or whatever you want to call it. You need money to make money, and that's the beauty of this. So if any of you watched my last video, I did say starting this week, around $41,000 opened up. And that's because a lot of my covered calls sold for NVIDIA, and which is fine. I collect a lot of premium along the way, and a lot of my cash secured puts expired worthless. So all my cash went back into buying power. So I have around $41,000 to play with again. And what I've been trying to figure out is where I should go with my money. And my last video, to be honest, it's between what I'm doing with Tesla and NVIDIA. It's going to be one of the two that I'm going to do over and over again to create as much income as possible. And I'm really debating on which one to go with. Like my last video was about NVIDIA and how I could make a few $1,000s a month doing that as well. But in Tesla's case, I could potentially make $1,000 a week, and that would make it almost like $4,000 a month if the premiums stay this juicy. So let's jump right into my desktop so we can show you exactly what I'm doing. And you can see I'm in my small screen. I'm stuck in the computer. So here we are. I have $41,000 up for buying power. I don't use Robinhood for my options. I actually use Fidelity. It's where I transferred all my money. So I like using that for my taxable brokerage. It pretty much looks the same, but I hate always editing out and blurring out my account numbers and all that. So this makes it so much easier because the UI of Robinhood is actually beautiful to look at. It's so easy. So $41,000. What am I going to do? I am not going to buy Tesla right away. I'm actually going to sell cash secured puts. For those people that are brand new to the channel, that means you're putting up cash for collateral. And how much cash? It has to equal out to 100 shares worth of cash at the strike price. So if I'm going to choose 400 strike price, that means I would need $40,000 to do this. Of course, there are other ways to do this, but the safest way to do it is actually having cash. So I know a lot of people are going to click away from this video because like, who has $40,000 to just start doing the strategy? You know what? Actually, a lot of people do. And it's usually just tied up in like random stocks that they have no idea what they're looking at, tied up in index funds, which isn't a bad thing, but also if you're younger, not financial advice, if you're younger, you should be putting a little bit more risk on the table and try to grow the portfolio as big as you can faster than waiting 30 years to become a millionaire. That's how I personally look at it, because all the money that I personally get from premiums, what I do here, I do throw it into like an index fund, like SCHD or VOO or FZROX. That's a total stock market index fund for Fidelity, and I let it grow over the year or until it reaches a certain value where I could sell it, and then I could say like if it got up to like 14,000, then I could use that to sell cash secured puts on like NVIDIA. That's how I do it. I just try to let the money compound on top of each other and get it to a certain point where I'm able to use it a little bit more efficiently. And that's how you gotta play the money game. You got to play to win, and once you learn how it works, you win more often than not. So here we are, selling puts. I'm putting it for 5 days out because obviously Tesla is very volatile. And I'm gonna choose like a 40 delta, because what I'm doing is the exact wheel strategy. I'm cool with buying Tesla and I'm cool with selling it right away every week. I'm really cool with it. So let's look for a 40 delta. That's 47. 40 is probably gonna be this. Yep. 405. 405 is a 40 delta at the time of recording this video. So that means I need 40,500 bucks. 500 bucks less than what I got. Perfect. So if I was to do this, I would do sell one, continue, and one, I would get 899 bucks and 97 cents. That is perfect. That's right at 900 bucks. So I know I said 1,000, like you could be more risky and choose one of those. So let's just say you got 900 times 4, because there's 4 weeks in a month, and I'm gonna make, potentially I could be making 3,600 bucks a month. And let's just say if we wanted to go out like 26 or 33 days from now, let's do that. Let's go out like 33 days, a little bit over a month. And you could choose that same 405 delta. Of course, I mean 405 strike price, the delta is going to be way higher, like not way higher, 2 points higher. You're only going to get 2,980, but this is guaranteed to get. The 3,600 is not, because you're going to have to play it every week. You're guaranteed to get this right away. But for those who are saying, like, why wouldn't I just go for the guaranteed money like further out, like 6-7K or something like that? Once you go past like a month, it's not really worth it. Like if you go 75 days out, like, yeah, you're gonna see a kind of big amount here. Selling a put at 405, you'll get 4,100. That's like, remember, if I just did it weekly for a month, and I'd be right at that. So that's why, like, it's not really worth it. Diminishing gains right there. I don't go out past a month, and those have followed the channel, I showed you why. I've done that. I pushed cover calls out like 8, 9, 12 months out, and like, yeah, I was able to get like anywhere from like 6 to 8K per option, but the amount of money I could have got just doing weeklies and monthlies far surpasses that, especially in the kind of market we're at right now, where it's, for the most part, bullish. You're going to get more premiums on a upward trend market just because the volatility. So again, 405 delta. That means it's a 40% chance that the stock price is going to go down to 405 by this expiration date. And the only way I will have to buy 100 shares and use all pretty much 41,000 I have is if the price of the stock goes below 405 at 4 p.m. on the Friday of expiration, so January 10th. So it has to go to 404.99 and 99 cents for me to have to buy this. And if it doesn't, all 41,000 bucks, 40,500 bucks on Monday goes right back into my buying power, and then I could do it again. And for those that are brand new, like, what happens to the premium? The premium is always yours to keep. Premium is always yours. So that's the beauty of it. So if you are more risky, if you're cool with buying Tesla at 410, 412 bucks, that's how you have to look at it, then you can collect this bigger premium. So that is totally up to you, because if you look at Tesla, this thing has just been going up and to the right forever, you know, at least for a while now, for at least a week. Let's look up like a month. Let's look up a month. I know it was way higher before. Like, peak was 487, almost 500 bucks. So it's on its way back up again. And what I personally do is I look at Bollinger Bands. So that means your standard deviations away, like the risk, like where could it be possibly going? It's at the top of it. So we don't have the stocks. So any covered call above this, it looks like it's about to break out. So you'd most likely be selling. That's how I personally would look at it. So I would also be looking at what I would potentially put a cash it could put. It's been bouncing off this EMA line the whole way through, hasn't had a breakthrough of it yet. So you could, if you're more risky, go for like a 407, which is right here, you'd still be getting $1,000, 475 right there. You could potentially use that because it's been bouncing off of that EMA line as like kind of like a support right there. But if you want to be even safer and pretty much 99% of the time, not make sure that it would be harder for the stock price to go that low, and just to keep on the cash secured put side by next week, you would have to choose something around this, the bottom Bollinger, and that would be like around 403. And let's just look at that. I picked 405 for the delta, but if you wanted to look at like 402 or 400, those deltas are going to be like at 34 and probably like 36, 37%. That's fine. You're going to collect right under $800 and right over $700. That is an amazing amount of money as well. Obviously, the risk is the volatility of Tesla and all the news that has happened. Like, the most news is that they didn't hit their mark for the amount of cars that they wanted to be shipped out and delivered. They only hit 495,000 in comparison to the 510,000 that they originally estimated that they would get. Is Tesla going anywhere? Absolutely not. Elon has so many things going on, inaugurations coming up, and everyone uses Tesla as kind of like a flex car as well. So, and you see more and more of them out there. So it's not going anywhere. It's the leading EV out there. So it's going to be around for a while. And I do believe that Tesla will eventually make its way back up to the 500s. And the way the chart's looking, it does look that. Just look at this, how it's just constantly going up. So this is one of the options I might do if I want to be more risky and use all my buying power all at once. I would potentially just put $40,000 right on here and just try to collect $1,000 a week and see where we go from there. So that's what I might do. So it's between that or Nvidia. I'm trying to figure out which is the best way to be most efficient with my money while making the most money. That's always the hardest part, because obviously as human beings, we are greedy and the psychology of money comes into play. So it's trying to figure out your risk management and what you want to do with your money and what you're doing with the premiums that you're there. So for everyone that wants to know more or are trying to learn, I do have a PDF file that has all the vocabulary, everything that you would need to know to understand selling options. It's in my stand store. It's like $5. If you wanted a course where it's more hand holding, I do have one there. If you use code XMAS, all lowercase, XMAS, until the end of this month, you'll get 15% off. And in doing so, once you complete the course, if you DM me on Instagram, I will gladly do on one-on-one with you on my Discord to go over any questions that you may have. And if you just want to join the Discord, where I'll be posting all my plays there, I did have to make a paywall on it because the last few times I made a public Discord, so many people pretended to be me and tried scamming you guys. And I'm here to help. Like I said, I'm a nurse. I want to help people. I just want to help people. And in this case, I want to help people make money because this is the easiest way I've ever found to make money in the stock market. It's not scary. Once you start understanding things, you understand the vocabulary. The sky's the limit as long as you have money to make money. And there's a little paywall there, but obviously you don't need any of it. I'm putting out free content on YouTube, and all I ask for you guys to do is just like, comment, and subscribe, and that helps me out enough. So I appreciate you for watching. Let's make 2025 our year for making money, and let's get rich together, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys very, very soon. Peace.